Hey everyone, we made a lot of improvements to the receivables. So here we're looking at a reconciliation, and as you can see, we've cleaned up the page quite a lot. On the top section, you can see this new header, which contains a lot more information than before. So documents, for example, you can add them very quickly by just clicking here, adding a document, and now it will just show that way. If you have accounting integrations such as QuickBooks, you will see the status of your integrations. So in this case, we can click here and we can see that we haven't synced with QuickBooks Desktop yet. Another thing that we think is a pretty cool new feature is when you're reconciling, sometimes your total amount will be off by only a couple dollars or a couple units. And in this case, you may want to create just a balancing transaction. And you could do that manually, but now we've added a way to do this automatically when the amounts are close to each other. So let's say we're reconciling this transaction. Now we're only $10 off, 10 units off. We can click on write-off difference, validate, and this will create this one write-off transaction. Because everything now matches, we're able to mark the reconciliation as reconciled and you're good to go. Another thing that has changed is the way you edit the amount that you've been paid. Before you had to click edit and change the amounts there. Now this is directly accessible in this table that you're looking at while reconciling, so you can click on edit table. Now this will make those fields editable. We can edit with what we've actually been paid, and we're good. If you are reconciling using Excel files or CSV files that you get from the mill, this workflow has changed a little bit as well. Hopefully we've tried to surface the different statuses a little bit better when you upload a file for auto reconciliation. There's a new section appearing up here that tells us how good the auto reconciliation process was able to do. If we click on it, we get a breakdown of all the different entries that were in the file and how they performed. So we were able to auto reconcile those rows, but this one was a partial match. We can click on those to filter them out, so we can see which tickets, for example, have not been found in tracked but are present in the file. We can target partially match and not found, so those are things that we need to work on, and since we need to work on them, we can print the list, which is also very handy. You can also search for a specific transaction, for example, using its scale number. So hopefully all of that gives you a little bit more information with what's happening with auto reconciliation. For invoices specifically, the workflow is a little bit different now, so let's create an invoice. The first thing I need to do is to add transactions to the invoice. So let's add those transactions here. Once I'm happy with where the invoice is at, I need to click on finalize. Once it is done, I can print the invoice. I can send an email to my customer. Let's say a couple of days have passed and I've been paid. I can come back in here and click on fill in a paid amount. It will automatically be filled based on what you've invoiced, because normally what you've been paid is what you've invoiced. You can enter the payment date here and save. And then you need to reconcile. If you don't really want to reconcile, you can just mark everything as reconciled here and you'll be good to go. Or you can mark transactions individually as reconciled, and once you'll be reconciling all of them, then the invoice will be marked as reconciled. So that is it. Hopefully the interface will be easier to understand, the invoicing flow will be simpler, and you will also have write-offs available when you need them. So as always, reach out to us if you have any questions. Thanks.